Today's cook is chicken livers, just like you get in Nando's. Now, I've been doing a version of this for many years and I've tweaked it to be comparable to the ones that we get in Nando's, because I think that the chicken livers that we get in Nando's are really an unsung hero. Everyone just goes for the bog standard chicken. The livers are really tasty. Now, the recipe is super simple, doesn't really take very long at all. Now, what I'm going to do is slightly different from what most people do. Most people will just go and buy some Nando's sauce and just pour that on your cooked chicken livers or mix it in with your chicken livers and cook it. I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, so let's see what I am going to do. Let's cook. Alright, you lovely lot, so let's get cracking with this recipe. This is the shopping list that you're going to need for the Nando's inspired chicken livers. So you're going to need some chicken livers, cheap as chips, okay? And then we're going to need to create the flavouring, the gravy that these chicken livers are going to sit in. So we're going to need some flour. And then we're going to need a range of herbs and spices: oregano, basil, ground white pepper, onion powder, smoked paprika, ground cumin, garlic powder and chili powder. The heat of the chili powder is up to you. Now, if you want to make this the base level, you can do oregano, paprika and chili powder, but we're going to need some lemon. We're going to want we want to grate it, but we're going to need the juice as well. So this is the method for setting this up. The first step is a crucial step, because it's all about the preparation of these chicken livers, because they don't generally come prepared. They come, with a load of gristle and, sinew that we don't want. So we need to prepare them, but this is relatively straightforward. All you need is a sharp knife, and you're going to want to cut out, the sections of the chicken livers that look good, and try and avoid the bits that don't. Okay, so just move them about, just pull it about and see what you can do. If there's a little bit of waste, c'est la vie. But we just want to get rid of this, because what's going to happen is, one, it's not going to taste very good, and also that kind of sinew and gristle, that's going to contract, and it's just not going to be a good end product. Now, once you've got all that off, just go through and slice it into chunks, and then repeat this process for all of the chicken livers that you have, okay? And then now it's about formulating this spice mix, this mix that is going to enable us to create a phenomenal gravy. So we're going to start with the flour. Let's put a tablespoon of that into your bowl, and then start building up the spices. So we've got the dried herbs there, a teaspoon of that, and then we've got our paprika, half a tablespoon of that. Then we've got the ground cumin. We can go for a quarter teaspoon, because this can be powerful. You don't want it to overpower, because we've got a lot of different flavors. Then we've got our onion powder, our garlic powder. We've got our ground white pepper. All of these are about a quarter teaspoon. And then it's the chili powder. And as I said at the start, this is up to you. You can go to absolute town on this. If you're a chili fiend, go for spicy chili powder and put in a tablespoon if you like. I'm not a spicy fiend, so I just go for half a teaspoon of mild chili powder. That's more than enough for my taste buds. So mix it around. You're going to want to get this really coated. Now, once you have got it coated on those spices, start grating the rind of your lemon. It's just going to bring a bit of freshness to it. Now, we're going to use the inside of the lemon as well when we get to the cooking stage, but just make sure that you get the yellow part of the lemon. Don't go all the way through, so you start grating up the white part, because that's no good to anyone. We're cooking now, so get your pan, heat it up, put some oil, get it up to heat, then drop in your livers. Now, these won't take very long at all. They really won't take very long at all, because they're quite soft. And what I would recommend is, don't mix them too much. Stick them in the pan, and then mix them about a little bit. Then just leave them for a few minutes, because we want to develop a crust. We want this, some caramelization. We want we want textures, and we want flavor. And that's what you're going to get by letting it kind of stick to the pan a bit. But as I say, it's only going to take a matter of a few minutes each time before you turn it around. Then we got our lemon. That's really going to freshen it up, because now we're starting to build the gravy, and this is going to make itself. Get your boiled kettle and start pouring the water in, and you don't want to pour too much in to start with, because then you could end up with a soup and you can ruin it. You want to be able to pour a little bit in, and then as you start to move it, the flavors, that flour that is coating the livers will start to mix in with that, and it will build this gravy. And then just pour more in until you are 100% satisfied with it, because you want a kind of thickish gravy to this. You don't want it to be runny, but you actually want enough to be there so that when you serve it up, you've actually got that for when you serve it with whatever you're going to go with. I think I'm going to go with some mash and some garlic bread. So we want a little bit of sauce there, to mop it up. But look at that. That is looking really good. And I managed to put it in the old clay pots to give it a real authentic twist. And I got these pots for free from the supermarket with something else that I bought one time. So good times. Thanks for joining me back for the taste test. We've got the chicken livers just there. They look incredible. As I say, I do them on a regular basis. Now we do it with a variety, a spice blend. It's a rub rather than using a sauce, and that's what we get. Can we see that, camera? Thank you, cameraman. And you get a much better product. And the fact that we use a little bit of flour, we use water, we create our own gravy. You want as much gravy as possible. And this goes great with some mashed potatoes, a bit of garlic bread. This is a perfect little munch. So let's go for the taste and just see what we think. Chicken livers are so soft. It's incredible. The amount of flavour that you can pack into chicken livers is incredible, man. Now this, I probably put a little bit too much chili powder. I am not a chili powder guy, but I put a little bit in there. I probably could have put a touch less. It all depends on your flavour preference, but the paprika, those herbs, the lemon, you got everything coming through. And that, just like Nando's, this is probably significantly better. Give it a go. Let me know what you think in the comments section. We'll see you soon for a brand new video coming real soon.